Hey, good morning. Thanks for tuning to another episode of The Spiritual Scientist. Maybe it's night where you are, maybe it's afternoon. I don't know, but it's morning here, so good morning. Just thought I'd do another video, obviously, and it's another day of me driving to work, and I did 2 yesterday. Let's see if I can keep maybe something like that going. Maybe I'll do another one tonight. Who knows? So anyway, just thought I'd talk about men and women and how they think a little bit. I just found it's very interesting. I thought I'd talk about it for a minute that I have a lot of women that are, I guess, following me on my Facebook page, and they tend to, comment. And women have more of a nurturing, spiritual aspect where I think they're more advanced than men in a lot of, ways, which is can be astounding. And because you'd think historically, we have all these men that have come up as spiritual gurus and teachers over the years, but meanwhile I interface with women very often, and there are have some great insights to certain things. So hey women, thanks for talking to me. But it always seems like with men that you end up getting, excuse my French, pissing contest, where they always want to see how spiritual you are, and they tend to message me and say, okay, what's this? Like, I had somebody the other day that just messaged me and like, what's this? What's this? What's a soul made out of? What's God? What's this? What's that? And they want to see how spiritual I am. Well, listen, I'm not out here to prove anything to anybody else. But I find that, like, for instance, I'll be, if you end up with speaking with guys, and I have spoken with gentlemen in inside an ashram where it's a very spiritual center or wherever it is, and then they end up talking about other spiritual teachers, and oh yeah, this guy's good and this guy's not good and this guy's this. I mean, guys are just so judgmental, and we're all just very, very cliquey that way. It seems to be like like on a hierarchy of I'm saying that wrong, but on the totem pole, as it were, of spiritualness, people are always like judging other people and saying, hey, this guy's spiritual, this guy's not spiritual. And it just, if you think about it, like with people following the Quran, with Muhammad, who you're supposed to say blessed be his name. Now, if you don't say blessed be his name, like, they'll kill you, So it's like the egocentric, male-dominated society over there, are saying, hey, he's holy. Don't say you're the same as him, as the prophet. Don't say you're like him, or we'll kill you, So it's just amazing to me, like, the way that people think, and that in a male-dominated society, how the spiritualness of people is still dominated to this day, to this minute, to this second, on the male egocentric way of thinking. So it just seems to be like when I'm a male and I'm out there and talking, and truly, I'm an INFJ. I do think differently than other people. I know I do. And I tend to speak to women and men. When they message me, I don't take their gender into account. I really don't. I just talk to people, the way that I would want to be spoken to. And I try to just, be open and just say, what I want to say. So I had somebody like I said the other day, messaging me and just rapid fire questions, not even a hello, really. Like, hey, I heard you're a spiritual teacher, how, or whatever, heard you're a spiritual person, can I ask you a question, what do you think about this? It's not even that. It's just like, what's this, what's that, what's this, I want to see if you're a spiritual being, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you know what, I don't have a gun to my head, I don't have to answer your questions, and you're kind of rude, be honest with you. I mean, I said, what I did say was, if you want to, instead of talking at me, why don't you talk to me? And I won't bite. You can ask me a question. I won't bite. But it seems like you have a lot of anger and hatred. Let's talk to each other, not at each other. So I found that yesterday there's a lot of talking to people. And I was out at my job and I was speaking to a few people, yesterday, men, and they are talking at you. And I could literally say something to them, they don't hear me. And I was like shocked. I was standing there with someone else. I'm like, I just said this to him. He literally can't hear me right in front of him. And the guy's like, doesn't even hear me say that. They're talking at me, and people are not, empathetic at all. So there's different levels of empathy, which I understand, but people are not opening up their heart, their empathy. And with women, they're more coming from a heart-centric point of view, where they're more able to, communicate with your heart chakra and with your throat chakra, because they're more heart-centered. So my point of this video is for us guys to try to come from a more heart-centered point of view, especially considering, you want to talk about spiritual matters. When they found out that, when Jesus said he was, the Son of God, they went and, beat the crap out of him, put a, crown of thorns on his head and crucified him. I mean, when somebody says that they're a spiritual person, the first thing guys want to do is beat the crap out of them, is really the way it is. And I see it if I go online and say, hey, I have something to share, I get attacked all the time. And, you'd think it'd be the opposite way. If I have some kind of insight that I feel, open enough to share with people and to say, hey, I just discovered this, it's amazing, maybe it'll help you in your life, the first thing you do is get attacked. And it's just a shame, and I just think that if we all start, like I said in my other video, loving one another, it's going to be helpful for everybody as a whole, and we'll raise the vibration up of everybody together. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll try to read them. Have a great day. All right, bye-bye.